Yeah, so mobile's fueling the future of business. I think when you look at the massive disruption that's going on, in many industries at the moment, their value chains are being ripped apart, non-traditional competitors, right? So companies that they've never even anticipated would be their competitors now proving quite a challenge to these organizations. And I think if you look at the world that we live in, I don't think it's ever been a better time to be a creator or a maker, right? If you're somebody, a designer, a developer, a company who creates and makes things, the ability that you have to disrupt established industries and disrupt established players is huge. And so, this disruption means that organizations need to become more agile, right? Agile in how they experiment with mobile technologies and experiment with building different experiences to make for their consumers and for their employees. So huge disruption going on at the moment. One of the big challenges for companies thinking about digitally reinventing themselves is actually the lens of the enterprise, right? I think there's a lot of focus on when we think about mobile from the consumer angle, but actually when you think about reinvention, a lot of that has to come from within. And so thinking about the type of experiences that you're putting in the hands of employees, and at the end of the day, the people who service those customers. And so thinking about how you can embed cognition into those experiences, right? So, unleashing people from their desks, executing a comprehensive mobile strategy within the enterprise, and using cognitive technology to understand and make sense of mountains of data both within the enterprise and outside of the organization in order to embed those insights in the hands of employees to deliver even better outcomes for their customers.
So actually a lot of folks think of Panasonic as a consumer company, and they think of mobile as being, all about this or texting, but actually mobile is going to revolutionize business to business and how we, the things that machines can do. It's going to introduce connectivity to those devices and machines and also make them mobile. We're leveraging mobile technology not as most consumers think about with their phones, but we're using it, for example, to create the connected car, so that the car can be on the internet, maybe talking with the manufacturer or entertainment systems. But we're also using mobile networks to connect our devices so that we can do things like predictive maintenance and remote monitoring.
As the smartphone was invented 10 years ago by Steve Jobs, 2008 around, and 10 years later now, 90% of all the internet users worldwide using a smartphone or having a smartphone is quite impressive, and I truly believe this path will proceed and will dominate the future business. I'm really looking forward here in Barcelona to see more the connection of everything, means how artificial intelligence, like cognitive, we say at IBM, connected to broader services. I mean, the devices are at a stage where not so many, I would say, new ideas we will see, but we just started with this business. So therefore, I'm really looking forward to the next level of how this business is going to work.
So I think this year, very excited to see a lot of what's going on in the space of IoT. So in the last couple of weeks, we opened our global headquarters for IoT here in Europe, in Munich, probably the largest investment that the IBM company's made in Europe in the last 30 years. And in that center, we're going to have thousands of people working, co-creating IoT experiences. Companies such as BMW, where we're embedding kind of IoT technologies and experiences into the fabric of the vehicles that they're producing. So I think, IoT is a big thing for us here over the course of this week.